help you gain the skills you need to get that dream job, but there's some important things you need to put on your resume and do in your interview in front of that potential employer.
You need to update your resume, ask your network for help, research, and do your interview preparation before you go to your interview. Tell your story, and remember to smile.
That sounds a lot different than what I hear from those big name job sites. Just who do you think you are?
I'm Ann Wyatt, president of Ann Wyatt Recruiting, and I help manufacturing companies find the talent that they need.
What should be on your resume?
Well, I would keep in mind first and foremost, if you're job searching online and you're submitting a resume, to make sure that the resume that you're submitting matches as closely to the job description as possible. Don't forget those keywords, and make sure that there are sub-bullet points on your resume that clearly define not only your responsibilities, but how you implemented them day to day.
So you're saying I should customize my resume for the specific job that I'm interviewing for?
I definitely would.
I was hesitant early in my career to make a resume because I don't have a degree. What should I put in the school section?
I don't think you necessarily have to put that on your resume. If you have a formal degree or technical hard skills training of any type, you can put that certainly as a little section on your resume. But many companies, I think they value more hands-on experience than they do a degree. But you can also include any sort of certifications that you've received, and anything that is supplemented or offered some sort of professional development along your career path.
That sounds like a whole lot of work. If I need help writing my resume, what should I do?
You can call me, or you can just send me a DM on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to set up a call and walk you through that process.
How do I prepare for my interview?
What you want to do is you want to look up the company's website, and you want to learn as much about the company as you possibly can. Research their end product, understand their manufacturing process, understand what their mission and what their goals are as a company long term, and also how they move in a global market.
What should I wear?
I think business casual is always one for the win. I work with a lot of candidates that normally would not wear like the suit and tie at work. And I think that it's important for the employer to see you how you would be day to day. So if the suit and tie thing's not necessarily part of your day to day, I think khakis and a polo shirt or a button up are great options. And just make sure that everything is pretty well put together. I would not wear jeans. Do not wear your pajamas. As far as jewelry goes, minimal jewelry, because you want, when you're speaking to the interviewer, you want them to see you and pay attention to what you have to say and not be distracted.
How should an actor in an interview, if they ask a question, should I give a one-word answer, or can I give too much information during an interview?
I love that. So when they're asking you an interview question, I would use that opportunity to tell them your story. And what I mean by that is certainly answer the question. And depending on the interview style, for example, if it's a situational interview question, they're going to ask you a question that starts with something like name a time, or can you tell me about a certain situation or previous related events? And then you want to go through all of those steps in that question and answer them in their entirety. But use that opportunity to make it flow together like a story. So tell them more about not only how you address the situation, what the situation was, but also make sure to have applicable use cases from your real life experience that you've done in previous roles as well.
All right, Ann, I'm applying for a job at a manufacturing facility, not to be a sales clerk at Macy's. What's up with the smiling?
You know, you always want to put your best foot forward, and you always want to leave positivity wherever you go, right? And that's an important part of the process, is being courteous and polite to everybody that you encounter. So whether it's the person that checks you in at the front desk, or if it's the executive that you're sitting across from during the interview, you want to smile and be polite to everybody you encounter, and you want to make sure that you say thank you.
Are you an employer wondering why you can't get the good talent to come through your door? Click here for some tips Ann put together for you.